Hi everyone, I'm Stella, and this is the debut episode for my channel. Today I'm talking about a concept you might have heard before, but might not know all that much about, that being the Kardashev scale. Just what is it, what history does it have behind it, and what might these civilizations look like on a grander scale? That's what I'm going to be exploring today in this brief video, and I hope you enjoy. First off, what even is the Kardashev scale? Who created it? Well, the Kardashev scale was created by Soviet-Russian astrophysicist Nikolai Kardashev, who first proposed the concept at the Birkin Astrophysical Concept in 1964. The scale he created had three different levels that measured civilizational growth by energy consumption. Of course, since then, the scale has been refined and expanded on. For example, Sagan used the logarithmic equation to add precision to the scale, allowing for measurement in between types 1, 2, and 3. And of course, added a type 0 to indicate between from the beginning of civilization to a type 1, which we'll touch on a bit. But humanity would currently be a type 0.73. So we're not even a type 1 civilization. We still have at least 100 years to a type 1, and that's assuming we manage to survive it. And of course, the definitions and implications of the scale would explain, like the different levels of mastery of the environment and of resources, as well as their civilizational resilience. How well would they be able to hold out against existential threats? And speaking on that, let's go over the three types. First is the Type 1 civilization. They are able to harvest the entire energy of their home planet. That includes both all the light and energy that reaches the planet, but also energy within the planet and the environment. And on a greater societal scale, they would have to have achieved planetary unification and interconnectedness to coordinate, harvest, and distribute all that energy. And they might be near a post-scarcity economy, as such levels of energy might lead to be able to provide an abundance of resources for most people, but we can't really say for sure. Next would be a Type 2 civilization. They have energy control over their host star, and of course, to achieve this, they would need some kind of large scale megastructure like a Dyson sphere or a Dyson swarm. A Type 2 civilization would most likely have colonized their solar system because of the amount of resources in order to build the Dyson sphere, but in all technicality, it's not strictly required, and Type 2 civilization could live on orbital space stations that operate as a Dyson swarm, and that would be a valid Type 2 civilization. Lastly, with the Type 3, they have energy control over their entire galaxy. They would have lots and lots of Dyson spheres and Dyson swarms for all the stars, but they would also likely need some kind of exotic method to harvest energy from black holes or other stellar remnant objects. And of course, in order to spread out, they need some form of interstellar travel and communication. Faster than light travel would certainly be the easiest, but if that's not possible, they need something else. They could have swarms of nanites that would go out and colonize, but if that's not possible, then they need sublight generation ships. And at that point, maintaining civilizational coherence would be an increasingly difficult task. Lastly, is it possible to go beyond the Type 3? Well, the Type 4, 5, Civilization, etc. would have control of galactic clusters or the entire universe. Kardashev never considered this possible, which is why his scale only went up to 3. And to be fair, it might not be, because it would necessitate some form of intergalactic travel. And even if FTL technology is achieved, there would still be such great distances to the point where a cohesive civilization is impossible simply due to the communication difficulties in maintaining unity across such a vast distance. If you made it to the end of my yapping, thank you so much. If you enjoyed it, please consider subscribing. And if you think I made a mistake or you just have a question for me, please comment below. That's all for now. I'll see you next time.